continuing my book, you guys. So give me a like and subscribe if you want to hear more. The harmonic egg experience was phenomenal. Is it really an extraterrestrial being? If so, that's really cool. I definitely felt more peace and joy afterwards. Thank God for all the love and beautiful healers in our life. Super grateful as well to actually be walking upon planet Earth. This is actually a really exciting time to be alive. I just hope everyone joins in on this ascension. Sure, I have to work hard and earn money so that I can afford these kind of experiences. I went inside the great egg. The special lights and the beautiful music, the vibrations did seem to raise my frequency. In the 15 minutes, I felt excitement, peace, joy, and revelation. I realized if I truly want to heal, I need to do my work. I need to dedicate my life to a simple spiritual practice and a simple purpose. The podcast, my partner Trevor sent me today. The podcast my partner Trevor that I was sent is so fitting. I need to stop trying to do 10 things at the same time and simplify and focus. Also, I should write about what is true for me. There is so many cool people in my life right now. It started raining, you guys. I even get to do a Zoom call soon with my son, Travis, which is amazing. That didn't happen, but instead we're going to visit him in person soon. So beautiful. To think that we got to reconnect 2 summers ago. I hadn't seen him since he was 2 years old. He is now 18. I love you, Travis. I'm proud of you. I know I didn't raise him, but I am so proud of him. One of the best things a loving mom can do for a beautiful son is this. 1, take care of yourself. 2, avoid bad stress, but good stress is okay. 3, love with all your heart, body, mind, and spirit. 4, teach by example. 5, strive to live in harmony with the earth, all of the people, plants, and animals. 6, be the best version of you and always aim to evolve, help others to find peace and joy. 7, did I get up to 7? Take time to reflect, whether through meditation, journaling, walking in nature, gardening, or your own spiritual practice. As I let go of the self, I heal. I go to Self-Realization Fellowship. I also was at a church for a while. It helped me a lot, and then I needed to leave. But you do you and find what works for you. Self-Realization is my church, though they may not call it a church. They do read from the Bible and Yogananda reflections about it. I do meditate and sing and pray to God. I have come to realize there is a God, it seems, as real as the Mother Earth, alive in my heart and yours, in every plant and every creature. But I also learned I can't just pray all day. I can't just hire a healer and expect to be healed. Yes, it can help, but I need to do my work. This is how I heal, and I can tell you that I am taking my sweet time to figure it all out. And as of today, I am committed to finishing my book. So if you haven't seen my last videos, I'm going to keep reading my book here. It's a continuation. Unplug from the unreal into the real. What is real in this world? Our feelings are real, love is real, and purpose is real. Fear is real too, but oftentimes what we are afraid of is actually not real. We get these thoughts and ideas and beliefs about how the world works. We've been brainwashed into thinking we need to buy, consume, take, strip the world of all its resources, and to live in greed. We have made our phones our idols. We act as if to give love, our power, our choices, to give away our powers, our choices, and free will. Every time we pick up technology on a screen, we disconnect from the real, although technology is a sacred tool if used well and in balance. Every time we unplug and do something in nature, we connect. Every time we help others, we help ourselves. Every time we do something that brings us peace and joy, we heal. We plug back into what is real. We must first unlearn to unplug from technology at times. My newest goal is to read a lot. After this, I'm gonna read, then walk Luna, then eat. I love to, we're going out for dinner at Pachamama for Kirtan, beautiful. I love to learn, to gather knowledge and wisdom, but most of all to build meaningful connections and beautiful memories and experiences. We must unscramble the brain. We must develop inner character. We must learn to decide what our values are and what our purpose is. It is important to be free. We are created with free will, with creative hearts and open minds. But we are constantly bombarded with ads, algorithms designed with one purpose: to steal our attention and our money. Yes, Facebook has its beautiful moments if it is used in a sacred way, but if misused, it can steal our peace and joy. Same with television or alcohol or drugs or cigarettes or gambling. What we must do is realize it is all a game, a great, grand, cosmic show. But we must act and take action. We must strive to be a part of the solution. For each of us, we're given a unique gift and our own gift to the solution. April 23rd. Today I had just finished making, I need to turn the light on soon. Today I had just finished making a Facebook video about gratitude. I was sitting near the bus stop. I was feeling kind of excited, kind of nervous about my video I had just posted. I got on the bus. Oh my God, you guys, this story is incredible. Thank you, God. Thank you for the healing that is within our hearts and for answering our prayers and surrounding us with angels when we ask for help. I was feeling kind of excited, kind of nervous about my videos. Oh my God, it's hailing out. Sending a prayer for the land and the sky to be gentle and peaceful, to protect us and not hurt our crops or our people. May the sky rain gently in balance. I was feeling kind of excited, kind of nervous about my videos I had just posted. I got on the bus and it was pretty packed. I quickly realized there was a boy, a teenage boy. This is a true story, you guys. He was convulsing and there was a man holding him gently and lovingly, trying to support him, telling him to stay awake. The bus driver was on the phone with EMS. This just happened recently. But stayed up front in her seat. Everyone was watching, looking scared, with deep empathy and compassion for this poor little teenage boy. I sat there contemplating how I could help. I remembered a drum circle years ago when someone had a seizure and everyone was putting their hands on him and praying and sending healing. Suddenly people were yelling, "He's not breathing." They started yelling that he was turning blue. I put down my backpack and the flute I had been carrying in my hand. I climbed over the people in the seats to get to this little boy. I immediately called 911. No one knew CPR. I thought maybe they could guide us through it. I figured since no one knew CPR, maybe they could help. Don't worry, the story ends beautifully. Although his convulsions stopped, he clearly wasn't breathing. I decided to put my hand on his ankle, and I started to pray, crying to God, please help this person. Help him to heal and breathe and come back to life. Soon after that, he started to breathe. It took a few minutes, and soon enough, he was able to talk, and later on, he got up and walked off the bus after EMS finally arrived. He came back to us. He was able to talk. He was very sweet, and he said that he had had seizures before. I thanked the other guy who had stepped in and those who had prayed with us. And then the angel EMS showed up to help. And this kid actually stood up and walked off the bus. It was a miracle. I had tears streaming down my face the whole bus ride home. I was so amazed how calm and kind everybody had been. They all believed that he would heal, and he did. How as soon as I put my hand on him and started to pray, he came back to life. There is so much more going on than we realize. I am trying to be in my power and to show up authentically to help others. Sometimes I close my eyes and I pray for people and I send them healing. I've noticed so many times prayers coming true. My grandpa was dying. They thought for sure he had cancer. I started praying and he got better. I still pray for him and my grandma and my family. I sent healing to my friend in the psych ward who hadn't had a trip out of there in years, and all of a sudden he got on a day pass. I've prayed for friends whose business improved. I take no credit. It is the divine. On that day, I reminded there are angels, that when we reach out to God through prayer, that miracles can and will happen. Today I turn my life over to God that lives within us, that is us, in all of us. I pray for solutions and answers that only He and she can provide. The answers will not always be clear or show up right away or in the way I want them or expect them to. But the more I go to Him and her, the more connected I am. And then I can get into alignment and receive what I need. Sometimes I take break from prayers or I meditate. That is my prayer. But every Sunday we pray together at SRF. I am so grateful that this little kid was okay and for all of the blessing each day and that we are safe and protected. Thank you for this memory. It will stay with me forever. Here's another one, April 24th. The next day after. I was at the gym today and overheard someone saying, "This is the end to the end of the world." Did I unlock something in the universe? Could I actually be aligning? And if so, what did I do or didn't do? I did record a social media post about my day. I journaled. I chose a goal to work on as a peer support worker, to meditate to ambient music, laying down for 5 minutes a day. Today I spent time barefoot in my garden, praying to God and meditating. I also prayed for people and sent healing. I also laid for a while listening to an instrumental music. I let go of all of the noise and gave it to God. I even went to the gym. I didn't know how I would I did I did 1 hour spin and then did some self-guided workouts with weights. I decided to be brave and talk about God in my social media visuals. I also met with Joyce, my best friend, and the first thing I talked about was how I felt I've been failing my partner by wasting time when I could be working on my dreams and writing. Instead of complaining about how bad things are that are actually out of my control, I started by bringing up my own character flaws, which are actually things in my control, even if they don't seem it. So immediately I was taking control of what I needed to work on. On the way there, I prayed that my peer support workers would say things that are helpful to me. I made it clear in my mind of my intentions while I was on my way. Intention setting reminds me of why I talk and why I'm doing what I do. It keeps me on track. It lets God know exactly what it is I want to get and receive in any given situation, and who I want to be and what I want to contribute. It also reminds me I have a childlike innocence with pure intentions. It might go something like this. I intend to speak peacefully and be positive, to help my friends evolve and me as well, while also being honest. It's always a balance between trying to be positive while speaking blessings. And although I live in the mystery of not discovering the ultimate truth of things, I strive to have one of the most beautiful experiences of all, to be and have a deeply loving partner. And yet I still have so much to learn and so much yet to give and receive. April 27th. You see, guys, like, this was after the harmonic egg, and I just started writing and writing and writing every day. Pages and pages and pages. Pages and poetry and pages and journal entries. But almost done here, I think. A few more. April 27th. 4/27, 2025. Best year of my life. The most challenging year in a good way, because it's challenging me to really grow and give my gifts. Big election in Canada tomorrow. Heated topic, you guys. For a new prime minister. Need some water. Trying with all my heart to remain in the space of love, trust, and truth. I've had to let go of beliefs that God is a condescending father figure that punishes us, that brings us wrath if we mess up. That in order to please God, I need to follow every rule or so-called rule of the Bible, that I had to go to a perfect Christian church and abandon all of my New Age spiritual practices. I thought that it seemed like for a while that it was the only way to heaven, but over time, my constant seeking for God through prayer and in-depth study of the New Testament, through church, and later through the healing communities and experiences such as drum circles, meditation practices, it led me to a greater understanding and experience of who God really is. Now I go to Self-Realization Fellowship with Trevor and our friends. It is so beautiful. We also go to live music events with other beautiful community people. I pray, meditate, sing, journal, and manifest. I walk with my dog and go barefoot daily on the earth. I write profound poetry. I eat organic and work for the Schizophrenia Society, helping others. I'm so blessed. There's so much more to life than this. We have been listening to near-death experiences. Near-death experiences. Woo, check those out, especially the good ones, especially soul level, next level soul. And some great podcasts. They really help us to raise our consciousness to a higher level. We are here to take responsibility for our actions, our feelings, our inner compass as a guide. We can actually feel our way into peace. Our feelings are beautiful guides. Even pain is valuable as it serves to tell us information. Pleasure gives us information, but sometimes we can become addicted and chase it and realize what's going to bring us true peace, joy, and happiness. That's self-realization and connection with the divine within us. May 8th. Okay. 5 days later. Live to give, not to impress. Living creative is essential. Trying to be someone you're not is like carrying around a whole backpack full of rocks to impress somebody else. Not talking about when my partner did that as a spiritual healing exercise. This is something else. You say, look, I am strong. I can carry this bag up a mountain. But when you get there, you're so tired and sore. You start limping, and then you have to ask for a horse to carry you down because you are weak. We don't have to always impress others. In fact, we can live our whole lives trying to impress others. I loved the book called The Let Them Theory. Anyways, we can live our whole lives trying to impress others and following their advice while never learning to listen to our own hearts. And if we do that, we will fail. One of the best lessons we can ever learn is that the opinions of others should never be more important to us than our own hearts, not even our parents as adults. No matter how much our parents love us, no matter how wonderful and wise they are, we don't have to do everything they say as adults. We don't have to drop our own dreams and visions to try to please theirs. Yes, we can listen to their advice when it's good and resonates with us, but first we must seek clarity from our own hearts and the divine. I tried that for years, trying to do everything they said. It caused me a lot of pain and suffering, and I couldn't possibly do it. It wasn't very fun at all. Yes, they are beautiful. Yes, I love and care about them. Yes, I seek advice and guidance, but ultimately, true guidance is within my heart. Yes, I need their love and wisdom, but that doesn't mean their opinions should matter more to me than my own. They know that too. They always taught me that. If you want to develop your intuition, you have to try something and you will know if it worked. When you do this, you learn to follow your own heart, to reflect through meditation and unplugging from phones, spending time in nature, journaling, and writing my book. This is one of my greatest teachers, and so is sleep at night and dreams that guide us. Yet, if you are afraid to try something new and you avoid taking chances, you will be stuck in flight, and freeze. How do you move past it? It takes courage and bravery. You don't have to start big. Just start small, one little goal at a time, then build on it. For me, I've put off this book for 38 years. I thought I have to write hours a day. I thought I had to be the perfect writer. I thought, who am I to write? What if I can't help people? What if I don't know truth? What if I fail? I avoided writing. I decided my worries and fears are greater than any opportunity or reward for pushing through the fear anyways and writing my book. We can use all kinds of excuses to run away from our dreams. But there is nothing like living in integrity and making steps towards our purpose. May 10th, Saturday, May 10th, SSA storytelling. All right, this is 2 days later. Doing talks for the Schizophrenia Society is beautiful. I get to be so brave and vulnerable. I get to be a teacher and a leader, but still I must remain humble. It is beautiful to have a venue to tell my story, to reach people's minds about, to teach people's minds about what schizophrenia really is. Why is it we usually know so little and so many people have heard about it and only know what they saw on the news? What does the news teach? That we are violent and unsafe. That is a myth. Violence is not a symptom of schizophrenia, and people with schizophrenia are more likely to be victims of violence than perpetrators. In rare cases, violence can happen, but it's usually people who were violent before. Even people without schizophrenia can be violent, and so having schizophrenia doesn't make you more likely to be violent than other people, but we assume it does because of the news. And that's why I've gotten fired from jobs for no reasons. Thankfully, I work in a job that requires me to have schizophrenia. Do not be afraid of us. Welcome us into your homes and lives. And if we are violent, then you judge and let us go. But do not judge us for who we are not. We are good people, and my work is the most loving community I've ever been a part of. And it's full of people with schizophrenia. Well, so is my community with Trevor and my family. It is a great honor that we get to do this work. It goes to show society is shifting. SSA staff has been doing this for quite a while. This year is my first year doing it. I even get to mention a lot of spiritual things in my talk, and I'm allowed to. These stories are worth talking and writing and sharing. We get to tell them in our way, through our eyes and hearts, and that is a beautiful thing. Each story unique and worthy and beautiful, needing to be told as the world awakens together. I am blown away by all of the love and compassion between our team of employees. Everyone is so beautiful and sweet. We get along so well. We are accepted amongst our circle, even if others judge us. We seek to end stigma, to help people who may have schizophrenia to seek help, to educate friends and family on how to help their loved ones, and professionals as well. It goes so much deeper to be able to hear from real people versus reading a textbook. Keep in mind, a 20-minute story can tell 18 years of living with the experience, or less or more. If we could share what we learned and perhaps reach even one person, we have succeeded. If we can tell our story to high schools and change the trajectory of people's lives, we will and we can, and we are grateful and honored to do so. Let the divine come through us in our words. I pray for words all the time in Jaja. God sends me words. Thank you. The questions we get asked are amazing. People genuinely care. They are curious. They are impressed and inspired. We all just want to be understood. How the game of life, we all want to understand how the game of life can be won. How we can help others and how to find our purpose. And how to help ourselves. Beyond that, we all just want to keep learning and growing and loving and evolving. One foundation for evolution is to eat well, and while food sustains the body, knowledge and wisdom sustain the mind and soul. All of these are vital to our evolution. Okay, here's another one about the dark side of schizophrenia. You know, not all of us win the battle, and we're always fighting it until the end. But it's not a fight. We lay our battles down, we fight with love, we love. Because an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, but a hug for a hug makes the whole world kind. Yeah, I came up with that. Feed two birds with one hand. We don't kill two birds with one stone. That's just cruel. The dark side of schizophrenia and me. A lack of trust, being unable to trust myself and others. It's hard to always question things, to live in a state of freeze, so terrified to make the wrong move that I feel like I'm sitting on the sidelines of the game as an extra, not playing, because I'm so afraid to make a mistake. I wait for the coach to tell me it's time to go on the field and where to put me in. Meanwhile, hoping I can speak up and ask to be put on the field once again. Maybe this book is actually me saying, yes, I am ready to play. What I deeply want in life is to be a leader and to take care of myself, to feel I deserve love, light, and purpose. For my voice to speak only truth. For my heart to know truth, unless I'm being protected by not knowing a truth. Then it's best to not know. Mostly, I want to feel free and strong and peaceful. I want to be a blessing. I want you guys to know I have my dark moments and days where I'm so terrified and don't know what's going on, and then I remember everything is okay. I'm okay. I'm getting through this. I'm helping people. People love me. I live in a loving, supportive universe. And then I come out of the darkness and I take off the sunglasses. Not saying don't wear sunglasses. I take them off and I let the light in. And I realize all of the darkness is just made up in my head. And I start to see and let it go. See the love that is already here. Here's another one. This one, I don't know if I finished this. I was trying to do a talk on Alzheimer's. A study was done by Professor David Smith, deputy head of Oxford University, in the medical science division. Him and his team did research and hypothesized that they found out how to identify those at risk of developing Alzheimer's and dementia, and how to reverse the risk by simple dietary changes. But the key here is starting young. Professor Smith believes most cases, possibly even over 90% of cases of Alzheimer's, are preventable. The solution is to test for raised homocysteine levels. It appears that the evidence shows that many of those likely to develop Alzheimer's or who have it have raised homocysteine levels, which can be reversed by taking large amounts of specific nutrients. This theory is that high homocysteine levels actually damage the brain, leading to possibly developing Alzheimer's. I didn't finish that speech, but if you read the book, New Optimum Nutrition for the Mind by Patrick Holford, and you read the chapter on Alzheimer's and dementia, and it's got all other chapters on mental health, they actually found a protocol of supplements that, if taken early, has been proven to stop the progression of Alzheimer's in a lot of people, so, or some people, but really, really worth reading and looking into. After this, I gotta call my friend and tell her the protocol. Here's another one. Being in the unknown. Visualize publishing my book daily. This was my goal. What else? Channel messages from God or Jesus or the angels. That was an interesting thought. Anyways, let's see what I wrote. Is this a journal entry, or I'm not sure if this was part of my book. Let's see. Let me read it. I just finished watching the Next Level Soul podcast. It was a lady channeling Archangel Raphael, I think. Seemed so real, spot on, divine, and beautiful. I think he's an angel too from the Bible. Did we create these energies from reading and teaching the Bible stories, or are they real beings? Have these angels always been here, or when did they get here? Did they come from heaven, or were they made on earth? Are they real? Is Jesus real? Is God real? I don't think we have to know all the answers or even understand everything to enjoy the ride. As I get older and have different experiences, I always keep learning. I'm beginning to really feel my way through life and not think my way through it. What I'm learning is more subtle. It's subtle shifts in perspective. From that, my experiences are shifting. I begin to ask, how can I love even more? How can I speak with honesty, integrity, and love? How do I set my intention and pray that I will be loving, honest, and helpful, insightful, and uplifting, that I will help others to evolve as I do? On my way to places, I often close my eyes or have my eyes open and set my intentions. I pray that my day will go well, and I visualize how my perfect day will go. I give thanks so many times for all of the beautiful blessings. That is my spiritual practice. When I clarify my intentions, I remember that I'm only here to speak helpful words and think only loving thoughts as much as I can. Or I could get caught up in chaos and do things from a place of chaos. Intention setting gives me direction, but you do you. Prayers are a way of collecting calling the divine into my life, surrendering my own personal agenda. I love you, Luna, good girl. To that of the divine, remembering all must be done for the highest good of all. And often when we pray, we must pray for the outcome to be the highest good of all, as we don't know what that will look like. But pray in your own way. There's no right or wrong way. Just start today. It really helps. Maybe it's through meditation. Maybe it's through gardening or music. I am one person, but I matter. And God loves us all equally. Thanks. Thanks for listening, you guys. I wrote a poem to my loving partner, Trevor, you're my love, and I love you forever. All right, now. Darling, you are my angel, born of the divine mother and father, born of love and light, born of a messenger of divine will, with the voice and heart of a saint, with a powerful message that heals. Your sounds fill a silent room with life, sounds that permeate body, mind, and spirit. And those who are called shall come and listen, bathed in sound, bathed in light. I see how the music has shaped who you are, and the community ascends with us. We gather in community and unity with all people, our village and our tribe. As the giraffe sees far above the other animals, we too shall rise and see the bigger perspective. Each day we create what's yet to come, and let us choose wisdom and light and love. These words are the divine flowing through me. I am only an open channel. I channel truth and love and wisdom. And each day may we stay human, wild, and free in the present moment. My partner is a sound healer, so that's about the beautiful work he does. Okay, here's a journal entry. I journal a lot, and I just, when I write, I don't have a filter. I just literally just keep writing whatever comes to my mind, and I see so many orbs when I write. And so let's see if there's anything else in here. According to the psychiatrist.com, a study was done on ashwagandha to treat symptoms and exasperation of schizophrenia. It took place in 2013 to 2010. The hypothesis is that it would help with anxiety. Ashwagandha is a popular herb which also has anti-inflammatory and immunomodulating properties. The dosage in the study was 1,000 milligrams a day, and they did a placebo test as well for 12 weeks. This was a randomized double-blind placebo-controlled study. The patients were also already taking antipsychotics at the time, but were having an exacerbation of the symptoms. And so they actually found that with the ashwagandha, it didn't help with the positive symptoms. Does it mean positive versus negative, good, bad? It means addition of things. So, which is hallucinations, maybe paranoia, and delusions. But it helped a lot with they call them negative symptoms. They're changing the words for these scientifically. But negative is lack of motivation, lack of like apathy, or lack of tone in the speech, or lack of motivation, things like that. And ashwagandha really did show a lot of improvement for those symptoms. And so I've been taking it, and definitely helped me a lot with my chronic anxiety, huge, and my ability to cook for myself and do my dishes more often and stuff like that. So grateful for ashwagandha. It can help any mental health. It's an adaptogen. It really helps us adapt to life and stress and stuff. Is there anything else in here? You guys, that's it. That's all. Stay tuned for my next story, which is my life story that I present at the Schizophrenia Society. I love you guys. Please comment on my videos. I'd love to hear from you and your experience with mental health. And if you like my channel, I'd be really appreciated if you could like and subscribe, because it really makes me motivated to keep doing these. Thanks, guys.